I can't deal with nobody like trying to put me down or like yell at me or make me feel like I'm crap or like I'm nothing. You like bro, who you think you is talking to me? You know I'm a beautiful queen, and at the end of the day, if you can't treat me like that, then we can't be together at all. Let it go. So today I'm back with another video, and I'm excited about today's video. This is something I don't really talk about a lot, so I'm excited to talk about this. So recently, Jackson did a podcast with the Kinjaz, which is called Movement in the Shadows, and it's with Ben and Anthony of the Kinjaz. So their title for it was Don't Chase What Can Be Gone Tomorrow. Right after the podcast chat that I'm going to be doing with you guys, I'm going to be talking about love and relationships in my personal life as well, so stay tuned. They talked about a little bit of everything like mental health, career, relationships, all kinds of things. But the thing that stuck out the most to me in the podcast was the love and relationships part, because I feel like that's something that Jackson hardly ever talks about. He has talked about it before, but he only like dabbles into it just a little bit, just a little bit of salt, just a little bit, right? Little seasoning, just a little bit. He don't give us too much, but he give us some, you know what I mean? So that's something that I really want to talk about today, because I was like, whoa, this is really cool. This is really good. And I want to talk about this because I can relate to this so much.
I love when my other half inspires me, shares the conversation we have, and makes me feel like, yo, focus and be on your shit. And I feel like, oh, fuck, I love
in general, the conversation that they had, it was really, really deep and in thought. And I took a lot away from that podcast. So thank you so much to Anthony. Thank you to Ben. Thank you to Jackson. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Love the Kinjaz.
I would love to get married before I'm 35 because I want to see my kids longer. As best friends with my kids.
Yeah.
Kid or kids. I just don't want to make my other half, partner, wife, uncomfortable.
Oh,
she doesn't want to give birth, and then
so it's like
it's so painful. If she's going through pain, I just can't stand that.
Jackson does not have to share anything about his personal life with us. So when he does do it, I think it's amazing and so brave of him to do. And he's just always so open-minded. First thing that they started talking about is Jackson said he wants to be married by 35. And he said that if it gets to down a year and he sees that he's still single, he's going to post that on social media.
You know what I mean?
Before 35, I'm going to get married. Have a family, and if I don't, I'm just probably gonna post on social media like, you know what, guys, I really need, like,
I guess, like, basically looking for a girl. And then they all make jokes about it. Like, you're going to do, like, an application.
Where's the Jackson application?
Anthony's a big jokester. And then Ben is more of the seriousness side. And then Jackson is just Jackson. He a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he the best of both worlds. He's the jack of all trades. Literally. But when they said all that, all I was thinking in my head, and this is serious. Jackson, you ain't even got to post anything about that. All you have to do is call me and I will come running. I'll come jumping on a plane, on a train, on a boat, on a bike, whatever it is. If you come knocking on my door, I'll answer the door. You hear me? As long as I look right, okay? So yeah, for real, no jokes. I'm serious. Like, he doesn't even have to do all that. The thing they talked about is the kind of girl. And I really, 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 really admire Jackson so much for the things that he said, the kind of girl that he looks for, or what he looks for in a woman and things like that, because most men are completely visual.
Honestly, I don't have a boundary. Whatever that clicks and whatever I have a vibe with, I think I like everything. It's not. I don't have a type.
Visual. They're visual. In general, they're visual. They care about what the girl's face looks like, their body, their nationality, their race, all that, long hair, short hair, black girl, white girl, Chinese girl, all these different factors that come into place. But he didn't mention any of those things. So I really was just like, oh, okay.
If I have a type, I'll tell you guys. I don't have one.
ethnicity has nothing to do with it.
No, man. Any
ethnicity.
The kind of girl that Jackson said he wants to date is just a girl that he vibes with, you know, click with. You know how like when you meet somebody and you're like, whoa, not necessarily, it don't have to be love at first sight, but it's like, whoa, this is something special. This is a spark here, you know? That's kind of what he means. He also mentioned when interested in a girl that boundaries doesn't matter. So I'm assuming he doesn't care about the location. He doesn't care about where you're from.
No, honestly, I don't have boundary. I'm very open to any kind, whatever location. I don't really care.
You know, he's just like all about the vibe and who you clicking with. And at the end of the day, when you really think about it, that's what matters the most. When time goes by, when you're 70 and 80 years old, you're not really going to be with somebody based on what they're looking like. It's all about the connection, the love you have for each other, and in general, that vibe, like he mentioned. And then another thing that Jackson said that I kind of think was taken the wrong way when he said it.
Inspire you?
She doesn't need to do anything. I'm telling you.
She doesn't need to do anything? There's a lot of those.
What he's basically saying is it could be anybody from anywhere, and she could be doing this, she could be doing that. But as long as they vibe and they click, then okay, this is all that matters. It doesn't matter like their status in life, financially, their career, you know, different things like that. What it sounds like is Jackson is not picky at all. He's not picky. He wants the real thing. He really wants love, and he deserves that. He deserves that more than anyone I know. I mean, everyone deserves love, of course, but he just has the sincerity, the biggest heart. He's just so kind and sweet and thoughtful. He deserves nothing but the absolute best. He did mention is when he does meet someone that he may be interested in, it's like the next day he's getting on a flight and going somewhere else, going to another country, another state, another place. You know?
I meet a decent lady. So I have interest, and we talk, and then we bond. The next day I'm like, bye.
They did also mention when speaking to him, does the girl have to be all right that you travel all the time?
Because of the distance and scope of work that we both have, it just went like this.
And they also mentioned that she needs to have the same lifestyle as his.
I would want a partner for life that has their own dream.
He wants whoever he is with to have their own dream, their own goals, and they come together.
Inspire each other. Maybe we'll argue, whatever it is, whatever she's going through, I can accept that and tell her, hey, you know what? This is what I feel. You know, transparent and very open and both ways. I want that bond. This is for life, you know? I'm looking for that.
And combine all the things that they have and, you know, become one. Like, oh my God, Jackson is so inspirational. Like, why aren't other men like this at all? Ugh. The one thing that he did mention, that if they don't have this, then he can't be with them at all.
They don't know what they want in their life.
You know, you gotta want something in life. You know, like for me in general, what I want in life is to be successful, but not in success as financially, but in success in life. Like, I want to genuinely make people happy. I want to inspire people. I want to change the way that people think. I want to make change in the world. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I am doing that, but I can be doing a better job of that. You know what I mean? Like, so that's my goal, to really be successful like that. He can really be a motivational speaker. Like, oh my God, he could be a pastor, a preacher, or something. You know, someone who's wanting something in their life and just having that bond. And that's really, really important. So important. Jackson, where have you been all my life? Anthony started doing all these what ifs with Jackson. What if she doesn't like your music?
I don't think we would click in the first place.
Touche.
How can you be with Jackson and you don't like his music? How can you not like his music anyway? But something that Anthony mentioned, though, I was like, sir, excuse me. I don't know if he was joking or not, but he was like, he likes Jackson's new music only and not really the old. I love all of your music, Jackson. So if that means anything, here I am. Okay, I love all your music, all the way from Generation 2. When he made that song for, what was it? Was it for KFC or Burger King or something? He did that jingle. I even love that. Okay, so, sir, I love all your music. Anything with your voice on it, I want to hear it. I want to hear your voice in my ears for the rest of my life, okay? Another thing that Anthony mentioned, like, if she had plastic surgery.
It doesn't fucking matter, man. Hey, what if it's, do I click with her in the first place? Because we clicked, we're going to have extended conversation.
He don't care. It's all about the vibe. If they clicking,
you know, you can't even explain. You meet somebody that's the energy there, like the vibe there, it's just right.
I really enjoy the podcast, and everything that they talked about. I really appreciated it a lot. So most of the experiences that I've had with men in general have been bad. I mean, like, ain't no sugarcoating it. I ain't trying to cover up for nobody. None of that. Like, if any of them watching, y'all know what y'all did, so don't even play. So the things that I look for in a man is, first off, God has to be number one in your life. Strong faith, you know. I can't deal with nobody like trying to put me down or like yell at me or make me feel like I'm crap or like I'm nothing. You like bro, who you think you is talking to me? You know, I know I'm a beautiful queen, and at the end of the day, if you can't treat me like that, then we can't be together at all. And I'm sorry, I don't started talking about the things that I don't want, and I was talking about the things that I do want. I'm sorry, I got off track. I got a little flashback. I had a flashback or something. So one of the careers that I had is I was in childcare for 9 years. 9 years. So I think I know, you know, a little something about kids, you know, and babies. I was told that I don't know nothing because I don't physically have a child. And that person would always like bring that up. Like, what? Because I don't have a kid, I don't know nothing? Like, what? And I didn't like that. Not just because I worked in childcare, but I helped my mom with my siblings. I've helped cousins. I've helped children in my church. I do volunteer work in the community. So how do I know nothing about kids? Why am I doing all these things if I know nothing about kids? You know, like, I got to be knowing something or none of these people would have me here. So I didn't like that at all. And then like somebody like cussing at me and stuff like that. Like, like, first of all, who you talking to? Like, I can't get with that. So in general, I talked about all that kind of stuff. Like, y'all, I get sidetracked sometimes and I have flashbacks. So please forgive me. Someone that I vibe with and click with, and you know, accepts me for who I am, and be someone who understands me, and believes the same things that I believe, not just like in God, which is the number one thing, but they need to believe that anything's possible like I do. You know, have a positive outlook on life and not like a negative outlook. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think these things can happen. I really believe in my heart that anything can happen in this world, you know, especially with God involved. Anything is possible, anything. And I don't care if people say that I need to get out my imaginary world and wake up and get in the real world and blah, 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 blah. I don't care about all that. I really believe anything is possible. It is the thought that counts. Like, when it's my birthday or something, like, you can't be forgetting my birthday. And if you did, you better really make it up to me. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Like, I've had that happen before. Even if you like couldn't afford to get me anything, if you wrote me a handwritten letter, that would be so special, and I would just cherish that. But men don't get it. They don't understand. So they try to break it off before any holidays come anyway. Like, and men just ain't doing what they supposed to do. I don't care if people say I'm too old school. Like, that's another thing. People say I'm too old school or that I'm old fashioned. Like, I'm old-fashioned because I have morals, because I know exactly what I want. I'm old-fashioned. What am I supposed to be doing? Being scandalous and being a hoe? What am I supposed to be doing? Tell me. What I do want is a man that has God first. I mentioned that. Is trustworthy, is honest, is thoughtful. Like, please be thoughtful. If you go to the store and you pass by my favorite candy bar, get that for me. Not because I asked for it, but because you thought of me. Like, come on. It's the little things, and men just don't get it. They don't get it. I just want someone who's caring, as giving as I am. I go out my way for everyone that I love. I want someone to truly go out their way for me. And it doesn't mean spend millions and thousands of dollars on me. Just show me that you care. Is that so hard? I'm not asking for a lot. Jesus, I ain't asking for a lot. Could you give me what I want, please? And then it's thundering. What that mean? And then, of course, a bonus is a man that is handsome, fine, just look good, you know. And it's only a few people in this world that I know just looks absolutely so good. And one of the main people is, yeah. No, but in general, like, you know, looks aren't everything, because I mentioned that before. But that is a huge bonus. Like, I want whoever I'm with to be just so fine. And they ain't got to be fine to nobody else, as long as they fine to me. You know what I'm saying? I just need you to be fine for me, daddy. Okay?